What's going on, guys? It's your boy Vega, and today we're going to be talking about the top sneaker releases for the month of November. Finally, we have a little bit of motion going on. October was a little bit slow, but also good for our pockets to get us ready for November and December. And November has some bangers for sure. But first things first, release dates are subject to change. So don't kill me in the comment section. I don't control none of that. You feel me? Also, I'm gonna start it off with some Jordan releases first and then hit you with a sprinkle of the rest of the sneaker brands. So with all of that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Alright, so the first sneaker release that I want to talk about doesn't really have an official release date just yet. We know that they're dropping in November because at least that's what Travis Scott's camp told us, and that is the Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott and Fragment collab, set to be releasing sometime in November, as I mentioned, for a price of $155. Look, we've talked about these pretty much all throughout the year. I feel that these are definitely fuego. I feel that these are better than the OG Fragment collab that dropped a couple of years ago. I just feel that these look much cleaner. Essentially, it's just a white and blue colorway with a little bit of midsole age throughout the sneaker. I feel that it just looks very clean. I also like that little knot at the bottom towards the end of the laces that has blue, white, pink. I feel that it looks very clean, very different. If you don't like it, of course, you can just go ahead and take it off. But look, all we know so far is that this sneaker is highly anticipated. It's only going to be dropping in the Travis Scott website, and there's no confirmation that it's going to be dropping in the Nike sneakers app. And I feel that it's gonna be a problem for sure, man. So do what you need to do, and I would say enter as many raffles, but this is just it. Be prepared for the worst. That's all I'm gonna say. And if it drops in the Nike sneakers app, then we get a second chance. But for me, this one is definitely a cop. On to some more official release dates, and this is the Jordan 11 Rare Air, set to be releasing on November 5th for $235. This one was also supposed to release last month, and that's why I always say release dates are subject to change. But now we're getting them in November 5th, and I think that they look very clean. Being that this is the 30th anniversary of the Jordan 11, we're getting this one and other colorways in November and December that I'll get into in a little bit, but this one is pretty clean, man. I feel that if you love Jordan 11s, you're probably gonna go for this. If you love that Rare Air collection, you're probably gonna go for these as well. One thing that is different is that it has the Jordan spelled out right there by the laces. Normally they kind of leave that for like special releases, but we have them on this one right here. So the question is, are you gonna get them? Do you feel that they are fire? I feel that they look pretty decent, but not enough to go ahead and go out of my way to get. So for me, this is definitely a pass. So the next Jordan release is highly anticipated for sure. One that I got a lot of heat for not putting on my top 15 Jordan releases video in the beginning of the year, and that is the Jordan 12 Taxis, set to be releasing on November 8th for $210. This one is from the Countdown pack. So yeah, it's been 17 years since this one released, and I could still rock them right now. No sole separation, nothing. I think that they are very good. Leather quality is actually pretty decent, and yeah, they are just a very clean sneaker. What I'm trying to say is that if you have the 2013-14 version that came out later on, you might not necessarily need these right here unless they're cooked, unless you want to double up, etc. But I feel that they look very clean. I think that they are classics. It's a very clean colorway for sure. And in my opinion, the Jordan 12 Taxi is a top 3 Jordan 12 colorway of all time. That's just my opinion, of course, but you cannot deny that they look very good for sure. And yeah, man, I feel that OGs are gonna go crazy for them. They're gonna go ahead and push those sales, but I think in 2025 they might just sit, and it's kind of sad because it is a very nice colorway. Since I have the Countdown pack version and I don't really rock the Jordan 12 Taxis as much, for me it's just gonna be a pass. The next Jordan release is the Jordan 1 Low Chicago's, set to be releasing on November 15th for $145. I want to say that there is hype for this release. There's definitely a good amount of buzz, and can you believe that these actually set last time that they released and they even went to the outlets? That's just crazy to me. But Here we are in 2025, people just kind of gravitate more towards the Jordan 1 lows more than the highs, and I cannot blame them. You know, they look very good for $145, especially with Jordan releases hitting over 200. These are more appealing as well because of that reason. A bigger Nike swoosh right there on the side, the classic red and white colorway that we're accustomed to, black laces. I'm pretty sure that this is going to come with white laces as well. If you wear them with shorts, they look good. If you wear them with longer pants, they look good as well. It's just going to look like a regular Jordan 1 Chicago. Look, they are fire. Enter as many raffles as you can. I feel that these are going to sell out, and if they don't sell out right away, I feel that eventually within a couple of days they should sell out. But at the same time, who knows, they might hit the outlets just like the other Jordans this year. But don't sleep. If you really want them, do not sleep on these. I think that they look very good, and I think that a lot of people feel the same way as well. Because of those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a cop. Up next, we have the Jordan 10 Shadows, set to be releasing on November 19th for $215. These are actually very clean. There's actually mixed reviews as well. Some people love these, some people don't, or they just don't really care for it. And they might be sleepers as well. I'm gonna put it like this: if these drop in the outlets, I'm gonna get them for sure. I feel that it is a good sneaker to have, good to play ball in as well. Jordan 10s are actually very comfy to play ball. And yeah, I just don't see myself in 2025 getting these right here at a $215 retail price, but they are crispy for sure. I really like that shadow gray type of suede. I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks like a good material as well. The little red accents, and of course the classic sole at the bottom that we always get from the Jordan 10s. So like I said, if I find them at the outlets, if they happen to go to the outlets, if they happen to go on heavy discounts, I'm gonna go ahead and cop. But at retail, for me, is definitely gonna be a pass. All right, so as I mentioned before, this is the 30th anniversary of the Jordan 11th, and we're actually getting 3 colorways this month on November 22nd for $250. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about these all in one shot because there's really no point in separating them. And the first one is the Mojave colorway, which is kind of a plum colorway that you see right now on screen. The next one is the Jordan 11 H-Town, so Houston in the building. It has kind of like a wheat type of colorway with like icy blue soles right there. The next pair is the Jordan 11 285 colorway, which is kind of the Atlanta colorway. It's predominantly in white pretty much all throughout the sneaker, except in the liner right there that we have green and purple. And I think this one looks very crispy and it has my attention for sure. But again, $250 is a heavy price tag. I remember paying $190, $160 even at one point. And yeah, $255 is just too much in my opinion for Jordan 11s. If you're gonna get one, I feel that the Mojave stands out the most in that plum colorway. I think it looks very clean, and I feel it probably sells out before the other ones as well. So which one do you like out of the 3? I feel like they are pretty good looking, of course, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to get them. So for those reasons, for all 3, it's gonna be a pass. Before we get into the next release, I wanna say this: buy what you like. These are just my opinions on all of these sneakers, right? At the end of the day, we have many sneakers to choose from, many sneakers that we're gonna like, and some people are not gonna feel the same way. So that's just my opinion, because the next release, it's a controversial one because of what I'm about to say, all right? So the next one is the Jordan 4 Black Cats, set to be releasing on November 28th for $225. I had the 2020 version. I sold them. I got a good amount of money for them in the beginning of the year, and I had my fun with them. But at the end of the day, I feel that they are just a little bit too boring to me, all right? To me. If you like them, buy them. If you like them, rock them. Yeah, I get it, but at the same time, I don't. That's just my opinion. They're stealthy, they look nice. The only difference from the previous years is that we're getting that Nike Air branding in the back, which in my opinion, it kind of looks a little bit better, maybe. But at the same time, I can respect the Jumpman because it's the OG. It's kind of like the undefeated force. You prefer that Jumpman, right? I feel 50-50, right? And in my opinion, the 2020 is probably the best one to get as far as overall quality, Jumpman, etc. However, the 2025 version has a better shape in the toe box section. Either way, at the end of the day, buy what you like. Crispy pair, but for me, it's gonna be a pass. In this portion of the video, I like to talk about other sneaker brands and other sneaker releases other than Jordan Brand. And the first one that I want to talk about is the Kobe Bryant Nike Air Force One, set to be releasing on November 1st for $120. Another Air Force One and Kobe Bryant collab. I don't know how many we're gonna get, but this one is pretty crispy in my opinion. It has those black cat vibes, those black mamba vibes for sure. Snake skin effect throughout the whole sneaker. 8 in the back, 24 in the other shoe, and I think it looks very clean. Since I don't have the black cats anymore, this one has my attention. Since I don't have a lot of Kobe's, Kobe Air Force Ones that is, it kind of has my attention for sure. And yeah, man, how you guys feel about these, man? Are you guys tired of the whole like Kobe and Air Force One collabs, and you just want Nike to stick with like actual Kobe releases, or you don't mind a sprinkle of these? Let me know in the comment section. I'm actually kind of curious as well. But look, I think I'm gonna go for these. Like, yeah, let's go for them. So for me, these are definitely a cop. Up next, we have the Nike Air Foamposite Pros in the Pearl colorway, set to be releasing on November 8th for a hefty price tag of $240. I always say that the price is just too high for these, but I get it. These are actually very crispy, very clean, and they actually have a little bit of a buzz going on because Ray Allen wore these in the He Got Game movie, playing his character Jesus. I don't know why I say Jesus like that. It sounded like I was going to church. Jesus! Jesus Shuttleworth. That was the character that he played. I don't know why I said it like that. But either way, the sneaker has a little bit of a buzz going on, and it was sought after because of that reason as well. In 2025, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but that is the history behind these right here. Crispy for sure. Not for me. I understand the hype. DC Foamposite fans are going to go for them. DC is definitely big on them. And yeah, they're clean. But for me, it's just going to be a pass. The next sneaker is a classic for sure, and that is the Nike Air Max Uptempo 95s in the black bolt colorway, set to be releasing on November 14th for $170. So if you've been paying attention, this model hasn't really been selling out all throughout the year. That is not a bad thing, but if you want them at a better price, then just be patient and you can probably get them for like around $130. Either way, the sneaker is predominantly black, and then we have hints of the bolt colorway that I think looks very crispy. One thing that is a little bit different than the other Uptempo 95s is that patent leather panel right there. Normally that's suede, but in this one is black patent leather, and that is a nice little touch. These were made famous by Scottie Pippen himself and also Kobe Bryant back in 95. And yeah, it's a nice colorway to get, but at a more discounted price, not necessarily at $170. For me, it's just gonna be a pass.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
You heard the theme song. You already know the vibes. We're talking about the Spongebob SquarePants and Adidas Stan Smith FRIEZEIT. They're releasing on November 15th for $140, and I never thought that we were gonna get a pair of Spongebob SquarePants shoes, but here we are. They look pretty good aside from the whole Spongebob thing. I think that they look very crispy as a casual wearing sneaker shoe type of thing. And I probably would switch out the white laces because it looks a little bit weird. I understand that they're representing the whole SpongeBob Square theme. I just don't care for them. So I feel that in this day and age where we have sneaker brands like New Balance, Nike recently doing kind of sneakers fusion with shoes, I think that Adidas did a very good job. Also, if you notice, we have the 3 stripes right there, very subtle as well, and it looks good. I'm probably gonna go for them, but not because of SpongeBob SquarePants, just because I feel that it's a good representation of a sneaker shoe type of hybrid, and I think I could get, you know, good wear out of them for like dates, business casual, at the office, etc. So yeah, for me, it's definitely gonna be a cop. that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the top sneaker releases for the month of November. We have a couple of bangers for sure, so good luck if you're trying to get a pair for sure. But if you made it all the way through, you are the real MVP. Go ahead and comment Spongebob, and that will let me know that you made it all the way through, that you rock with your boy pretty heavy as well. Also, if you made it all the way through, go ahead and hit subscribe, smash the like button. It goes a long way, helps the algorithm and all of that good stuff. And also follow me in my social media pages right there. With all of that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.